the tip to field.
It is Friday, May 30th, and the Yankees were squaring off against the Dodgers in a rematch of the 2024 World Series. Max Fried, not on that World Series team, trying to pick up his 8th win of the season. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
How's it going, everybody? Tough night for the Yankees. I'm going to take my hat off. It's too late in the night for this. So, one of my favorite quotes from Yogi Berra is deja vu all over again. And that's what we experienced tonight. Once again, the Yankees blew a lead to the Dodgers, this time in the 6th inning, a 5-2 lead. Look, this game felt like a playoff game for the first, 5-6 innings. After that, the Dodgers, took things back and made us relive some bad memories. But look, still a good road trip so far. Still got a chance to take the series. You got to win the next 2. And it's still no shame losing to a really good Dodgers team. They played well. Got 2 home runs from Shohei Ohtani tonight. Aaron Judge went deep, and he made a really nice catch. But the Dodgers' offense was relentless, and that was the difference, in my opinion. You had Shohei Ohtani, and he hit the home runs. But then you also had guys just raking base hits. The Dodgers had 12 hits tonight. Yankees had 9. And the Dodgers were getting hits with guys on base, and the Yankees really weren't. Freeman had 3 hits. Pages had 2 hits. Ohtani had the 2 home runs. Will Smith had a couple of hits, and I'm not talking about the ones against Chris Rock. So, hey, tough night. You win some, you lose some. Tough day for Bellinger in his old stomping grounds. He went 0 for 4. Volpe did not have a good day offensively. He did make one nice over-the-shoulder catch, but he went 0 for 4, and he missed some very, very hittable pitches. Oswald Peraza in there for his defense, made an error. Yerry De Los Santos, who's typically been reliable, had a tough night tonight. And Max Fried has proven that he is mortal. And the Dodgers take this one 8-5. Let's get to the recap.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
Hunt Tuff says, why have a bad game when we hit you 4 home runs? I'm sure that Max Fried didn't try to have a bad game. I mean, it happens. He is mortal, and he has picked up his first loss as a Yankee. But Eric Cox says, I'm glad I couldn't watch that. Yeah, a lot of Yankees fans probably missed this one because it was on Apple TV. I know a lot of people aren't going to pay money to watch a game on Apple TV. Not with all the other services that we got to buy. We get stuff on Max sometimes, and TBS and TNT and Fox and Amazon Prime, and I think there's 1 or 2 on Peacock. I mean, what else? Come on. But I will say this. I do like the Apple TV broadcast. I feel like the layout, the fonts, the camera angles are all pretty good. The announcers, though, pretty typically suck. So tonight I put on Dave Sims. Dontrelle Willis was unlistenable. Judge wasted no time getting things started tonight. Laid down the gavel in the first inning. 446-foot home run to center field. Home run number 19 on the season. And for the moment, he was inching up on Shohei. And he should have had 20 because he had that home run taken away from him at Steinbrenner Field. But as I said, Ohtani followed up with a home run of his own in the first inning. And you just got the feeling from that moment, like maybe the balls are juiced, right? I mean, you think about that game that we talked about on the pregame with Frankie in the Field of Dreams game, where it was just home run after home run. You just got the feeling that like the ball was juiced. And I got that same feeling tonight. It's like MLB ships in a box of more tightly wound balls for these big marquee games. And sure enough, Yankees got 2 mustache rides in the second, Austin Wells and Trent Grisham. Wells with home run number 9. Grisham broke out of his slump with home run number 13. I'll say this about Grisham. Every time that we get pissed that he's starting over Dominguez, he doesn't need to prove himself because he hits a home run almost every time. We complain when he's in there instead of Dominguez, but it seems like almost every time he goes deep. He doesn't go deep every time he's in the lineup, but when Dominguez sits for Grisham, it seems like Grisham always goes deep. Goldschmidt also went deep in the third inning, under the radar, but Yankees fans know he is having an incredible season. And 1 for 5 tonight, but still hitting .343 with an OPS over 900. Saw an interesting debate today about whether or not he's a Hall of Famer. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm not so sure. Definitely a Hall of Very Good. I mean, I know he's an MVP. There's plenty of MVPs who are not in the Hall of Fame. Anyway, Shohei, 2 home runs tonight. I thought for a second Judge was going to catch the second one. It kind of had the feel of that one that he took back at Yankee Stadium. You might remember when he was playing center field, he took a home run away from Ohtani in the Bronx that when Ohtani was playing for the Angels, that was definitely going over the wall, and he brought it back. But no such luck tonight. Dodgers ended up coming all the way back to take the lead against Max Fried. They forced him out with the bases loaded. Tim Hill walked in a run, and then the Dodgers just tacked on a couple of runs from there. Yankees actually brought the tying run to the plate late in the game. Rice walked. Dominguez picked up a pinch hit single in the 8th inning to bring up Ascara, but Ascara didn't even get to hit. Dodgers went to Tanner Scott, and so Boone went to DJ LeMahieu, who popped out to end the inning, and that was pretty much the end of the Yankees' threat. Brian Bashman says you should get Apple Plus, but keep the subtitles on because no one knows what Dontrelle Willis is talking about. Well, yeah, he didn't have a great night either. Francis Saminsky says the bottom of our lineup sucks. They didn't have a good night tonight. Vivas went 0 for 2, although Vivas did hit one hard that got robbed on. Peraza, just not a major league hitter at this point. I mean, we got to get a real third baseman. I guess Jazz, they're planning on him playing third base, and they're going to keep DJ LeMahieu in there at second. Maybe they think they can go out and get a better second baseman. I'm not sure DJ is the answer. DJ back down to his old ways, hitting 179 with a 494 OPS. And, Reyes is no help. And Vivas, I think, will hit, but he's hitting 143 with a 488 OPS right now. So Yankees need a bat in the infield, for sure. Traven Hanley says, need Jazz back ASAP. And the 610 Stig says, the Vivas Peraza lineup feels like a punt. Have to figure out how to not sit JD versus right-handed pitchers. Agree with you 100%. He's got to play against righties. They said, try Rice at third base already and DH JD. Also, quick hook on Fried. I mean, no, I think Fried, even though he didn't throw a lot of pitches, we'll talk about that. I think he just hit a wall, and the Dodgers they had him figured out. You know, that happens sometimes. And Franklin says, this is a tough pill to swallow. The bats went silent after the third inning. Warren has a tough task tomorrow. Yeah, I said before that Saturday will separate the men from the boys. We're going to find out what kind of cojones Mr. Will Warren has, because, I mean, this is the biggest start of his career. Not only are you trying to play stopper and keep your team from losing the series, but it's one of those series where he's never pitched against a lineup this good. He's basically had a nice stretch over the last month with a 2.05 ERA, so he's trying to continue that. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works out tomorrow. Anyway, Jonathan Amparo says Ben Rice can't play third, but it's worth a try. Look, Jazz is going to be the third baseman. That seems pretty clear at this point. You wonder if they would try Rice at second. But, I mean, I don't know if that works. I don't think you could turn a double play. I mean, I don't know what the solution is. They just got a log jam, right? I mean, you just need a second baseman. This is why trades exist. You got to go out and make a trade, I think. You got to get better. You got to have a more complete team at every position. But ultimately, not a good night for the Yankees. Despite the 4 home runs, you'd like them to string more hits together. You'd like them to hit some home runs with guys on base. They had the 2-run home run from Grisham, but solo shots from Judge, Wells, and Goldschmidt. Let's talk about Mr. Max Fried.
Pitcher spotlight.
Turns out he is not invincible after all. 6 earned runs tonight in 5 innings. Ohtani got him for the 2 home runs, and then things just kind of fell apart in the 6th. His ERA jumped from 1.29 all the way up to 1.92. Still fantastic, but more in the range of amazing season and not historic season. And look, what can you say about these Dodgers? They have a great lineup, relentless, and that's without Mookie Betts in the lineup tonight. Freeman, Pages, very tough at bats, and obviously Shohei, one of the best hitters in the game. So what are you going to do? And, he picks up his first loss of the year, but still off to a great start with the Yankees. Let's take a look at his numbers. 7-1 now with a 1.92 ERA. Every single one of us would have taken that for his first 12 starts. Every single one of us. And nobody goes undefeated, and that will continue. All right, quick word from CarGurus, then we will take a few more comments and wrap things up here 1:15 a.m. on a Friday or Saturday morning.
Todd Father and I are from Jersey, so we're used to, I got a guy. But sometimes that just means when I'm looking for a car, I go to CarGurus.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, the best part about this is communication, which we love here in Jersey where we're from. And this is a place where you can get a car. The price drops all the time, and they let you know. They let you know when your car is ready and when you can get it. The communication part is the best thing for me, Scott.
Agreed. In-depth vehicle reviews. CarGurus will connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process with over 4 million listings. They have more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the U.S., so you can find the best deal. Buy or sell your next car today with CarGurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
The 610 Stig says, if they keep sitting someone, then pick someone and trade the other while they have some value. These glove lineups are punts, number 6 through 9. I mean, defense is important. Yankees have not been making a lot of errors. They've been playing pretty solid defensively, but you're right. The offense does suffer when you run Peraza out there. And Vivas has not, hit. He's actually looked pretty good on defense, in my opinion. Volpe, obviously, tough night tonight. A lot of Yankees fans want him moved down. I think Volpe would be a good number 9 hitter because then he's kind of like a second leadoff hitter, right? I mean, and at the 9 spot, he's still got a chance to do some damage with the long ball. But my problem isn't with Volpe. He didn't have a good night, but my problem is basically that the team they just don't hit much with runners on base lately. It seems like a lot of their home runs are solo shots. They're still in launch mode. I'd like to see more of a line drive approach, more of a small ball approach when necessary. It's obviously not necessary every game, but nights like tonight where you need to manufacture a few runs, they were not able to do it. JD says still a 7-game lead, 100%. So let's keep things in perspective. We still lead, actually, 6.5 games, 7 in the loss column in the American League East over the Rays, who are 29 and 28. And Tigers still running away with it in the Central. Orioles, man, 15 games back. It is what it is. But, all right, let's take a few more comments. E-Money says Mookie stubbed his toe, and he gives the little LOL. Yeah, I'm not sure I would have said that. I would have said, like, foot discomfort or something. It just sounds bad to miss a game for, a stubbed toe. But as someone, look, my toe, and I'll show you guys one day, is gigantor. I have a gigantic big toe on both feet. It forces me to wear a size 13 shoe, where if my toe was normal size, I'd probably wear like an 11.5 or a 12. But as someone who stubs his toe a lot, I feel his pain, quite literally. We have this little phrase around my house. Every once in a while, my wife will be downstairs working or in the kitchen or playing with the dog or watching TV, and she'll hear just like a thud and then hear me go, ah, dang it. And she's like, is it your big, dumb, stupid toe? And I say, yep, it was my big, dumb, stupid toe. F. Saminsky says, not sold on Volpe, still chasing and bobbling balls at short. Well, I mean, can't please everybody. And Noble Tom says, Porco Dio, Antonio Volpe Fra. I don't have any idea what that means. I don't speak whatever language that is, but I appreciate it. Jack Wells says, God, I hate Freddie Freeman. Man, he is a Yankee killer, isn't he? Just continues to beat the Yankees. Former TSTV says, I've had it with this bullpen. I'm disgusted. I still think that we need to get another bullpen arm. Obviously, without Fernando Cruz, we're that much worse. But I think that as the trade deadline approaches, one more infielder, whether it's a second baseman or a third baseman, and if you move Jazz back to third, that allows you to go out and get a second baseman where there might be actually a couple of guys available who can play second base. And then you go out and get a relief pitcher or two. I think that's the best way to shore up this team. And I'll look into some second basemen that the Yankees can possibly consider for one of my next upcoming videos, or a segment, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow, I was going to do a pregame show. Something came up in the day, and I'm not going to be able to do it. So I'll be back with a postgame show after the game. We'll also do pre and post on Sunday, and then Monday we're going to have Jonna Perlinger on from Babes Media. She has been on the show before. She'll be on to kind of recap this series and to preview the upcoming homestand. And then Tuesday, Wednesday will be post-game shows, and then later on we'll be back to our normal rhythm of like pre and post going forward. But just wanted to kind of fill you guys in. Late night, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the bed. Tough night for the Yankees. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, baby.
We'll see you next time. If you made it this far, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community. You can also be a part of the show by calling in at 718-899-1068. Also, part of the way that we maintain and fund all of this is through NYYDesigns.shop. Check it out now. Get all sorts of fun Yankees merch, hats, hoodies, zip-ups, beanies, mugs, you name it. We've got it. Check it out, NYYDesigns.shop, and check out Pinstripe Territory on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We're here for post-game shows after every single game, and we're here before a lot of games to talk about the game, preview the lineup, the pitching matchups, and things like that. And we're here all off-season to talk about the latest in Yankees rumors, news, etc. Join our community. We'll see you next time.